Afternoon, kids. It is me again, Miss Erica, and it's afternoon when I'm filming this. I'll probably have it up tonight. So anyway, my last video was super long, and I'm really sorry about that. I don't expect you to watch 28 minutes of me talking, so I'm gonna try to be really quick and not go more than 15 minutes because, you know, let's keep this short. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about me and what my goals are with this, and some of my ideas about learning, and things that those are called themes when you're teaching. So, you know, we have lessons like the actual work that you do, but there's themes that go on top of that. And so that's kind of going to be what you can expect. You know, I don't expect much out of you from this. You know, I expect you to respect people in the comments. I expect you to respect the classroom. But, you know, this is completely optional. You do not have to do this. This is not part of your grade. Also for this week, because my last video did run so long, we are not going to do a word of the week. If you can tell me what it is, that's awesome. If not, just tell me, watch the video, and I'll give you a sticker. You know, first week is going to be on the honor system. You know, but I appreciate the fact that you guys are even thinking about doing this. So a little bit about me. I am 37. I'll be 38 this year during the summer. I'm a single mom. I raised my son on my own. You know, I know that some of you come from homes like that, where you only have one parent. And, you know, I understand. So that's just a little something about me. My son is a sophomore in high school. He has a little girlfriend. I live on a lake. I enjoy sewing. So when we get into art, our next lesson, we're going to do a video on sewing, and I'm going to show you what I do and or what I have done. I don't have time to sew right now, but that's delayed gratification, which is a lesson that we may or may not touch on. My favorite ice cream is black licorice. My very favorite movie is a movie called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And it's kind of an old movie. I watched it when it came out on VHS. So I would say the 90s maybe it came out. But it's really, really funny. It's historical. And it's also, tells an old story called Odyssey, which was written in ancient Greece. But it tells it through the lens of Depression era in the South during the Depression. And it's a great movie. You should totally talk to your parents and make sure you can watch it if you're interested. I probably always wanted to be a teacher. When I was younger, I didn't really play with too many dolls. I mean, I had a few, but mostly I played library and school, where I was the teacher because I was the boss. And I'm the oldest out of two. I have a younger sister who is turning, you know, who lives about 6 hours away. So she doesn't live here with me, but we're still very close. But yeah, I was kind of bossy, and properly directed, it's totally something called leadership capabilities. And it's something I see in a lot of you, really. You have potential for so much, and I'm hoping that through these videos I can help direct you put you in a positive direction. So that's a little bit about me. I have 2 cats. Sorry, I should have made a list. If I think of anything else while I'm filming this, I'm still only at 4 minutes, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Let's talk about my goals, why I'm doing this. I already mentioned that I want to use this as like a video resume down the road. I keep on doing, I need to stop. But part of that is, you know, I'm going to school to be a teacher. I'm taking education classes, psychology classes, development classes, public speaking, different things like that. And I want to try them out. I want to apply my learning as I go, because for me, I've found out that if I can apply my learning to my real life, to real life situations, it sticks in my brain better. And I'm not the only one. I think I don't have the science to give it to you in the description, but I bet it's out there. Most of the time, I'm going to say, you know, definitely if you feel different, tell me in the comments or tell me at school. I should have put my phone on airplane mode. Hopefully that doesn't make a noise. But I want to kind of teach that to you through topics that you want to know about. I learned so much from like Bill Nye, the science guy. I know he's still around. I don't know if kids are into him. I think most kids are into Neil deGrasse Tyson now. So, and I've watched some of his videos. They're really good. Maybe I can get to be that good to capture your attention. And, but I know right now I'm still learning. So that is another one of my goals, is that I want to learn how to be better. And how can I be better? By filming stuff like this, you know, giving you the opportunity to watch it or not. You know, I can find out if these ideas work. And so really what this whole thing is if you really want to get down to brass tacks, it's a science experiment. And you guys are being awesome by being my test subjects. So that's why I'm giving you the stickers. You do deserve to be rewarded for being part of this. It's helping me in a lot of ways. And one of the things that I learned in my education class is how to be a reflective teacher. And so what I did is I went out and got this notebook. You guys probably see it. I take it with me in class. I make notes during class. But really, what I try to do is I have different sections of the book for different things. But my main section is my classroom reflections. And I'll never let you see that. Because it's got personal information in there. But it's, you know, as things happen, you know, during the day, it's maybe my response to what happens isn't awesome. You know, it may be the best I could do at that time. And just so you know, everybody is doing the very best they can at this point in time. That's actually a really good way to interact with people, is realizing that given their circumstance, they are doing the very best they can. That includes your mom, your little or older siblings, your teacher, your friends. So, anyway, but by reflecting on that, I can figure out how I can do better tomorrow. And I just want to be the very best teacher I can be. So we're going to get into my ideas about learning and what I think are really important concepts to teach kids. And I think what I can do is teach you these things through teaching other subjects. You can learn, like art is going to be huge. I'm going to make so many videos on art because it is such a big idea. Art has been around since cavemen, you know, with the paintings on the walls. People have used art to communicate throughout human history. And there are so many different things that we can learn about and do. And art is so fun because there's really no wrong way to do it. One of the other ones, the science. We're gonna learn kitchen science experiments during the summer when I can film outside and not be cold. Sorry, I flipped my page and got excited. So one of the things that I feel is really important for students to know, for kids to know, for adults to know, is something called critical thinking skills. And that is being able to look at different angles of a problem or a situation or a question. It's similar to the way I kind of talk to some, maybe you've heard me say this, maybe you haven't, but you know, when we multiply or when we have trouble dividing, we can actually figure it out by multiplying. When we need to subtract, but we can't remember, we can actually figure out the answer by addition. Math kind of goes back and forth like that. And in a way, you can, by using different methods and thinking about things and exposing yourself to different ideas, you become able to, you know, a really wise thinker. You know, it's just really important to me. It's a skill that I learned, and it has served me really well in life. Another thing is functional learning, or sometimes functional education, or if you've been around, something called life skills. One of the things that I see a lot of parents complain about on the internet is that schools don't teach life skills. And so part of learning a little more about me, you're going to learn so much about me through this process. Because I take my learning and I apply it to my life, I'm going to teach you through some life experience. When I first started in a classroom, I was 14 years old. I was a sophomore in high school. No, I was a freshman in high school. Somewhere in there. It was a lot of years ago. And I worked in something called a resource room. And that was where kids with disabilities would come in and learn vocational type things, home economics, life skills. And nowadays, that's kind of what it's called. It's called life skills. And there's a life skills program, and it's for kids who are more, you know, severely impacted by their disability. You know, there is a wide range of disability and ability. Disability is a natural part of our human existence. And there's a spectrum of it. And just like we're all individuals, people with disabilities are all individuals. But people who are more severely impacted by their disability go to school in a life skills program through the public school district. And that's where most of my experience comes in. When I was married and I had a son, and I'm no longer married. My son was diagnosed with something called regressive autism, which is, it's really rare. There's a lot of different types of autism. I mean, autism itself isn't rare, but my son's type of autism is rare. And that's where he developed like a typical baby would. And then he started losing skills. He started regressing about 15 to 18 months old. And, you know, he is severely impacted by autism. It's not to say that that's everyone's experience with autism, but that's ours. And he is, like I said, a sophomore. He has been in school since he was 3.5. I am well versed in life skills. I have been an active parent, working with teachers, things like that, setting goals, things like that. Anyway, that's where most of my background comes into. Actually, this is my very first experience in a general education classroom since the 90s when I attended school. And it's kind of wild, but I'm also excited about it. It's a kind of a different game. And I want to learn how to do this too. But, oh my gosh, I'm at 15 minutes and I just burped. Anyway, we'll try to make this really quick so I can finish my thought and then I'll close out. So Life Skills teaches functional education, which is where you apply your learning to your life, which is where you get the answer of why do I have to do this? You know, it's natural to ask that. Why am I doing this? I ask myself that all the time. And you know, ask and figure out the answer. Either have someone tell you, do some research, and we'll go through different ways of how you can learn. Anyway, so when I try to teach you something, I'm gonna teach you how that's gonna benefit. I wanna not only teach you a subject, but I'm gonna teach you how that's gonna benefit your life. And yeah, so hopefully I am gonna watch this when I get home. Hopefully that burp didn't kill it. But you all have a good night. And again, I don't care who, as long as you watched it, come and get a sticker from me during lunch.